these footballers have played together in England and now against each other in Spain. They know everything about football culture in the nations of our UEFA Women's Champions League final contenders. Welcome, Kosovare Asllani and Toni Duggan. How are you, Asllani?
Thank you. I'm great. We just had a game, and so I got home now. So I feel good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And did you win?
Yeah, we won with 2-0. So we're one step
Sam.
closer to a Champions League spot.
Nice, nice. I already heard Tony rooting for you, so that's good.
Yeah.
How's life at Atletico, Tony?
Yeah, not so bad. I mean, more difficult now. Costa's team's won. Obviously, we're in a battle for Champions League spots at the minute, and we're a bit behind on points. It's been a bit of a up and down season for Atletico, to be honest. But we're going to fight till the end. Hopefully, get back in the Champions League because it's such a great competition, and that's where Atletico Madrid should be.
So let's get to it. This season, we saw our first El Clasico and the first Madrid derby in the women's game. You've both been involved in big games in many different countries. What's the fiercest rivalry you've been involved in, and where's had the best atmosphere, Asllani?
Oof, that's a tough question. Obviously, I've been in a couple of different ones, but the PSG Lyon battle is always special since I've spent 4 years in Paris. So those games were always something extra. And obviously now coming to Spain, now it's our first year as Real Madrid, but the Real Madrid Barcelona are, I mean, it's already like heating up this year, but I think it will only be the rivalry will only increase these coming years the more we can build on our team. So but those games are the most fun ones to play, so I really enjoy playing the biggest games.
Okay, hey, I just want to give a quick shout out. It's coming from Alessandra Carranza. Asllani, you're awesome. So you know. So that's just a quick fan reaction. We've got a lot of fan questions coming in, so I'm going to try and get them in as well. And Tony, what is like the biggest game for you, or with the biggest rivalry that you've played?
When I was playing in England, it was definitely Manchester City v Chelsea. We were always battling it out. Costa will tell you as well. Obviously, we were teammates at Manchester City, and we had some tough and good battles against them. It was probably my favourite game to play in, to be honest. And then coming over to Spain, I was quite surprised, actually. I didn't know, I wasn't too much aware of it, but Barcelona v Atletico Madrid in the women's game was massive, and I'll never forget my first game with Barcelona coming to Atletico Madrid. It was away from home, and the fans were incredible. It was crazy, but that's how women's football should be, you know. It's so passionate, and yeah, they're definitely the games that I enjoy most. And as Costa said, I can see rivalries heating up now. Real Madrid are on board as well, so I have no doubt that Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid will be massive in the future too.
Yeah.
See, I can't wait to have fans on the stadium.
I know. That's what we missed this year.
Yeah. Because we can feel the support from our fans and everything, but I mean, you want them in the stands, in the stadiums, because I think that will be like, before coming to Spain, I saw the fans on Atletico Madrid games. I think it was like a record over 60,000. I was like, wow, like it's getting like bigger and bigger. So I can't wait to have that, or our fans on the stadiums too.
Yeah, I was just saying, obviously it was the first Madrid derby this year as well, and it was such great games, both home and away. Real Madrid won one game and Atletico Madrid won one game, but with the fans, it would have added a different dimension for sure. I know how excited they all was on social media, and we really, really missed them. So I think in Spain next year, that's going to be an absolutely great game.
Yeah. Let's keep the fingers crossed. Hopefully next season that will be played inside the stadium, full with all the stands and all the fans in the stands. Got another question coming up from a fan. Samita B is asking to you, and she's saying Kose. So she's being very friendly with you. How soon do you think Real Madrid women will be challenging the UEFA Women's Champions League?
Oof. I mean, we only existed for like one season here in Spain, so I think the more years we can get together with the team, and the better we will be. Obviously, I mean, the Champions League is where you want to play the biggest game. So our goal this season is to take a Champions League spot. And if we can take that, I can't see us not being in the top, but obviously you need more time together as a team. You can see like Barcelona, how long they played together, Chelsea as a team, even City. I mean, they reach like the final because they played together, know each other, they know what kind of football they want to play. And I think like we are building something now in Real Madrid that I think it will be huge in the coming years. So in my mind, like hopefully as soon as possible. And hopefully we'll be able to take the Champions League spots. We can like challenge a little bit next year.
Yeah. Hey, you have both played in England and Spain. Both have such a massive football culture, both countries. What do you think the main differences are in terms of culture in these two countries, Toni?
I mean, first and foremost, I think it's the obvious one in terms of football, the technique and the style of play in Spain. It's famous for like the tiki-taka, which is probably brought on by Barcelona. But you'd also see on a national front, the way they play, they're so good in possession. So yeah, I definitely think that's the main attribute in Spain. I think in England, it's a lot more physical, a lot more end-to-end football. I think off the pitch, if I'm being honest, I think the facilities are much better in England. I think Spain's got a bit more of a way to go, but I do think it's progressing in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, I've played in both leagues now, the Super League and Liga Iberdrola, and I think the two absolutely great leagues and definitely up there with the best in the world, but there's still room for improvement. So let's not rest and keep pushing on and keep driving the standards and getting the game to where we want it to be.
Yeah. And Asllani, do you agree or do you have anything to add on that?
The women's football here in Spain is up and coming, and I think it's the right thing to say that you always need to push for improvement, and the players, I think they will only get better the more resources they get put in to the women's game here in Spain. So the better facilities the teams will get, the more investments they will be able to hire more physical coaches or different kind of coaches to improve the players level on all kind of areas. So I think it will only keep growing here in Spain, and I think that is like it's important for us as international players too to be in this league and help the Spanish football grow, because I think it's a great league and it will only get better. But it's also obviously it's different from Sweden and the English league, where it's more I would say more physically for sure, and yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's only the second time an English and Spanish team has made the final of the UEFA Women's Champions League. Do you think we're seeing more of these teams reach the stage of the tournament because of the quality of the domestic leagues, Toni?
Yeah, 100%. And it's the same for the national team. If you look at the progress the Lionesses have made since the WSL came about, and, there was a lot more funds and inputs into women's football, you see the benefits definitely at a national team level, but also domestically. Chelsea have been fighting it out, battling it out, also Manchester City for a few years now to get to this stage. And it was only going to happen sooner rather than later, because, the talent that they have in the squads, but also the investment. You need the investment to have the talent. And Chelsea have definitely got that now. And also Barcelona's second final, obviously I was a part of the first one. And when we got to that final 2 years ago, the first thing that come away from that was just the start for Barcelona. They knew they needed to grow, they needed to develop, they needed to invest more. The girls have come out and spoken themselves and said how much they needed to train more to get to that level.
Yeah, no, I was there as well in the final in Budapest in 2019, and you can really tell the difference or the growth that the team has made. Going into some fan questions, Sarah Fee is asking if you have any advice to go pro. It's for both of you, but let's ask Asllani. Do you have any advice?
Yeah, I would say just train really hard, and if like you always say, never give up, because you will face challenges through your whole career, and you get setbacks all the time. It's just about keep on going, keep on training, keep on looking for the details where you can improve your game. When you watch football, I would say, don't just watch football just to watch football. Look your position. Look at your role models. If you have Toni Duggan as your role model, look what does she do on the pitch? How many times is she turning her head? What spaces is she getting on? I mean, I love watching football. So even when you're a professional, I still watch like my favorite players or the ones that play in my position. In the men's game, I love watching, for example, Kevin De Bruyne in City. I mean, he's amazing in spaces and how he drives the ball. So I would say, like, study the game and study the details where you want to improve as a player.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think that's some really great advice. Do your homework. I think that this girl is from the Netherlands, and that's where I'm from as well. So I'm going to ask you this question. Her name is Lisa van der Heijden, and she's asking Toni, did Merel van Dongen teach you some Dutch words at Atletico?
Yeah, she did, but they're not ones that I can repeat on here, unfortunately.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, but no, Meryl's a great girl and a good friend. So yeah, she's teaching me some Dutch culture and Dutch language, and she's just bought a dog also, and she wants me to try and speak to the dog in Dutch, but it's not happening. It's not happening right now.
Not yet. One more question again for you, Toni. What are your feelings on England teammate Fran Kirby winning the FWA Player of the Year?
Absolutely deserved. I think Fran's had an incredible season, and I think obviously she's spoken out about the illness that she had, which was really unfortunate, but the way that she's bounced back from it is, I mean, it's difficult to play at that level anyway, but to bounce back from an illness and be out for so long and still be performing at a top level, I think she deserves so much credit. And you can see how important she's been to the Chelsea team, you know, the link up with Sam Kerr, the assists, the goals, the impact that she's had. She absolutely deserves that award. I'm just really happy for her as a teammate, as a sports person. You know, she deserves everything that's going her way.
Okay. Hey, and you've both played in the UEFA Women's Champions League final. Toni, do you remember? How did you feel for that final in Budapest?
Yeah, I was really, really excited. I wasn't so much nervous. I'm not really sure why. I don't get too much nerves, but I don't actually think nerves are a bad thing, because I know there's a lot of players that do have them. It just means that you care. It means that you're ready. But yeah, I mean, the most important thing for me was, you know, when my family all arrived in Budapest, you know, to have them people there on the journey with you. That's what got me excited more. I wanted to play in front of them on the big stage. And yeah, I mean, we were up against a tough outfit in Lyon, so I knew I had to try and enjoy the occasion. But it was just, yeah, it was a great day. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but, you know, so proud in how well we've done that year and how far Barcelona have come now to progress and go on to another final. Although I'm not there now, I'm still proud of all the girls, because it's the same group really, and the manager Luis, they deserve it. So
okay, thank you so much, Toni and Asllani, for chatting. And to all you lovely listeners, remember to follow and subscribe for more awesome football content. We are over and out.